If you're watching this video right now, you are probably under some sort of lockdown or quarantine, unable to leave the house with far too much time on your hands. Many of you are probably treating this like it's a sort of holiday, doing nothing all day, watching videos, playing games, and surfing social media. But the thing is, this is no holiday. There is a worldwide crisis going on, and I am a firm believer that whenever there is some trouble up and about, that one should be spending a good chunk of their time sharpening their axe, getting ready for what's about to come. Most of you will have months and potentially even a year of free time on your hands before things return to the way they were before. You should be using at least some of this free time focused on bettering yourself so that you can emerge from this crisis stronger and better than ever before, so that you're in a better position to recover from whatever happens next. So today I want to issue a challenge to those of you that want to make the best out of this situation. I call it the Quarantine Challenge, and here are the rules. First, I want you to take out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle horizontally and vertically, and assess the 4 areas of your life as of today on a scale of 1 to 10. Take your time to really think about where you currently stand for each of these areas. The first is health, which focuses on your physical health. Do you exercise at all? Are you of a healthy weight? What is your diet like? Are you happy with the way you look and feel physically? The next is wealth. Here you should think about your current savings and also future income streams. Do you have any form of income still coming in? Are you prepared at all for a recession if we were to enter one? Do you have an emergency fund? The third is relationships. Here you should think about the social support system that you currently have in your life. Do you have someone close that you can trust and can talk to? Do you have a good relationship with your parents or siblings or someone in your family? Do you have friends that you can chat with to pass the time? And finally, we have happiness, which focuses on your mental health. Do you feel anxious about the uncertainty in the world right now? Are you currently dealing with any mental obstacles that are weighing you down, preventing you from taking action? Are you happy? Take your time and really carefully assess yourself in these 4 areas and maybe even write down a couple of sentences for each of them to flesh out your thoughts. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 for each, and after doing so, I want you to focus your attention on the one area that you rated yourself the lowest on. This will be the primary focus for the Quarantine Challenge. And also, make sure to keep this sheet of paper. I'll tell you why in a minute. Your next step is to figure out which one habit would help improve your rating in this area the most. Let's say, for example, you analyze your life and you realize that your wealth or your current financial situation is the one area that you're most worried about. You got laid off and you barely have any savings, so you rated yourself a 2 on a scale of 10. This means that your primary focus for this challenge should be to improve your financial situation as much as possible. This is the best thing that you could be doing right now with your free time. So now that you figure this out, your next task is to ask yourself this: which one habit could I build that would help me improve the financial aspect of my life the most? Well, off the top of my head, there are a couple things you could do. Building a habit of reading could help, right? Reading financial education books would give you a better understanding about the current world situation. It would teach you about the best things you should be doing with your money. And it would also give you more ideas for making money, even during this period of uncertainty. Another habit that might work for the challenge could be to pick up a skill, something that could make you money even if we were all hypothetically locked down for another year. Ideally, something that is recession-proof that could be done remotely. Now, you would have to do your own research on this subject, but spending some time every day learning such a skill would absolutely position yourself to be in a better place financially if we were thrown into a long-lasting recession. Take your time figuring out which one habit would help you out the most. When you do so, make sure to comment down below under this video so that you can be held accountable. This is the habit that you will focus on for the Quarantine Challenge. Your job is to spend at least 30 minutes a day doing this one thing. Once you do so, you can enjoy as much relaxation or entertainment as you want. That will be your reward. What's important is that you enjoy your reward only after doing at least 30 minutes of whatever you've challenged yourself to work on. And finally, as a way to track yourself during this challenge, I want you to take out a piece of paper and draw out a calendar for the rest of this month. You can even find an empty calendar that you have lying around or print one from online. Place it in a place that you frequent often and use it as a tracking tool. You can use X's, check marks, or even fill up the entire box. It's up to you. Your goal for the Quarantine Challenge is to stick to your habit as much as possible during this lockdown. Notice how I use the word as much as possible. I do not believe in counting streaks. Your goal is to try and stick to your habit for at least 90% of the days for the remainder of the time you're locked down. This means every month you can miss up to 3 days. If you do miss a day for whatever reason, do not be hard on yourself. Nobody is perfect. Missed days are to be expected. But when it happens, remember that piece of paper where you broke down the 4 areas of your life? Yeah? When you miss a day, simply take a look at the paper and remind yourself why you're taking on this challenge in the first place, why you need to improve this area of your life, why you need to emerge from this crisis stronger and better than before. Take your time and really think about that, and then make sure you stick to your habit the next day. Now, I usually do not recommend building more than one habit at once, but because of the extraordinary amount of free time that some of you might have due to the current situation, I think it's safe for some of you to try and build 2 habits at the same time right now if you're up for the challenge. For example, let's say after analyzing your life, you realize that your health isn't that great either. So you could work on reading at least 30 minutes every day to help improve the financial aspect of your life. And you could also adopt a 30+ minute bodyweight fitness workout at home to improve your health. I do not recommend trying to build more than 2 habits at once, even if you have a tremendous amount of free time, as multitasking with that many things is usually a recipe for disaster. And if any of you want to help in regards to building habits, you can refer to the Tamed course, which I will link to in the description down below. This video is brought to you with the help of the guys at Audible. Using Audible to listen to audiobooks is one of the best habits you can build right now for the quarantine challenge, regardless of what area of your life you want to focus on improving. They have audiobooks on just about every conceivable self-improvement subject you can think of. If you want to take advantage of all the free time you have, I suggest you go to www.audible.com/improvement pill or text improvement pill to 500 to get an exclusive 30-day free trial, which includes 1 free audiobook of your choice and 2 Audible originals for absolutely free. Personally, I will be focusing heavily on the financial part of my life for the quarantine challenge, which is why the book I'm currently listening to is The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins, which is considered to be one of the best books to read when it comes to investing. I highly recommend you guys to check it out if you want to improve your financial education as well. And besides that, guys, I wish you the best of luck with the quarantine challenge, and I look forward to reading about your experience in the comments in future videos.